Mitakuyapi! Welcome everyone, and let us continue with our Lakota mini lesson dialogue, part 13. First, we'll go through every word, and then we will go through every sentence, and then we will do some dialoguing. I want to repeat some things concerning music of the language. It's very important to try to say these sentences the same way that I say them so you can learn the music of the language too. It's very important because if you put the accents in the wrong location in the word or sentence, it might not make sense and it might mean something else because sometimes there are Lakota words that are almost the same, but the accent is on a different syllable. So if you put it on the wrong syllable, it might not be appropriate. And also, when asking a question, again, I can't say this enough times, but you don't ask a question like you do in English or German or other European and Latin languages. It's really different in Lakota. So you don't say, "So what's your name again?" You know, in English, you're going to go up at the end. But in Lakota, it's the other way. Like you see on the dialogue, look at the second part where it says, "Are you thirsty?" Ini puzahe. You don't say ini puzahe or ini puzaho. You don't say it like that. That is incorrect. I cannot emphasize that enough. Okay, so when you're speaking Lakota, you have to try to think in Lakota as well. And when you are really getting into the grammar of sentences and how are they put together and so forth, you will see that English sometimes is backwards. And whereas people who speak English as their first language, when they learn Lakota, they think Lakota's backwards. So everybody thinks the other one's speaking backwards. No wonder. I'm just kidding. Okay, now I'm doing something different for this dialogue. Now, this dialogue is between two people. And the thing is, if you look on the left side of the screen, now I have part of it in yellow or a light orange color. This is the second person, okay, because this indicates that there are two people talking to each other. I decided to do that instead of leaving it all in white, yeah, because then it might look a little bit confusing, especially when you look at the first set. Really long sentences, but it's only looking that way. Really, it isn't. You're talking about three things. So it makes it look like a long, long sentence, and your first reaction might be, "Oh man, look at that's a really long sentence." But when you look at it closer as we learn this lesson, you will see, okay, that was easy. You'll see what I mean a little bit later, okay? Just keep that in mind. Another thing I want to say is that in question marks, you see this in the second set and also the fourth set. On the first line, you see the question mark. The first one goes ini puzahe, and the next one chawana waho uniktahe. You see that? You see a hole and then a diagonal line and he. Anytime you see something like that, the word on the left is what men say, and the word on the right is what women say. But in Lakota, we are not dogmatic. There's always going to be exceptions to the rules. Always. So, the exception for this situation is that when men are speaking in a formal way, or when the situation is really serious, then they will say "huo" in their questions. When men are among friends and relatives, or the situation is informal, or they want to extend fellowship to people they are meeting for the first time, then men will say he. So that's always something to keep in mind. When you hear a Lakota language teacher say men must always do this and women must always say that, this is really dogmatic, and that's not our way. There's always going to be exceptions. And the reason why a lot of other Lakota language teachers are so dogmatic is because they come from a Catholic or Christian background where there is only one way to do something. But in life, it's not that way. In life, nature shows us that there's oftentimes that there is going to be more than one way to do something, that there will be an exception. And our language is this way, our spirituality is this way as well. So just keep those things in mind. Okay, let's go through every word. Oha means okay. Ea means something like well or as. Sometimes it means but, not the one you sit on. Mie means me. So when you put these two words together, mie, it's like saying, well, as for me, or as for me, something like that. Kokeach en la means chicken. And cheon papi means fried, when you fry something. So when you put those two words together, kokeach en la cheon papi, this means fried chicken. Look at where the fried is. It's after the word for chicken. In English, you say fried chicken, but in Lakota, it's like you're saying chicken fried. Yeah? Do you see that? Okay. Na means and. Below means potato. Batampi is like mashed. So you put those words together. Below batampi, and that means mashed potatoes. But if you look at the Lakota words, it's like saying potatoes mashed. Do you see what I'm saying? There's another na. Again, that means and. And Pepsi is Pepsi. Tanka means big or large. One means a or one, because it's short for wanji. Wanji means one of something, but when you're counting in Lakota, you say wanchi. There's two different words for one. And a lot of Lakota language teachers, for some reason, they don't teach that. They say wanji for everything, and that's not true. When you're counting from one, you say wanchi. But when you're talking about one of something, then you say wanji or wan. Waho wa yinkte. This is a future tense word. This means I will order. It also means I will call. So when you look at the translation for the sentence, look on the right side of the screen. You see the translation, that's what you're saying. Okay, you may notice that in the English translation, you see and used a lot. Normally, you would not say that in English. In English, you would put a comma between fried chicken and mashed potatoes. In English, that's how you would say it. In English, you would say, okay, as for me, I will order fried chicken, mashed potatoes, and a large Pepsi. Normally, that's how you would say it in English, but in Lakota, we do not have a comma. So when we're saying a list of items, a list of whatever, it could be anything, you always put na between each item. So that's why in the Lakota sentence, you see that. Kokeach en la cheon papi na, blo pa trampi na, Pepsi tranka wan. You see how that goes. Again, there is no comma in Lakota language. So you put a na between each item. You're saying this thing and this thing and that thing and see, you could have a list of 20 things and still you would say na between every item, between each item. So I just want to make that comment because you need to learn that. You don't put a comma between these items because we don't have that in Lakota. You say na. Between each item, you say na. And you're going to see that in the next sentence as well. It's very important information. So let's say every word. Repeat after me, please. Oha, ea, mie, kokeach la. When you see the H with a dot over it, this is a guttural sound. And it sounds like it's like when you're going to spit, you make that sound. Just get that part. And that's the guttural H. Okay? So that's how you would say this. The guttural H. That's how you would say the guttural H. And notice there is a apostrophe between the guttural H that has a dot on it and the A that comes after it. This is a stop. This means you just put a small pause of air between those two sounds. So listen really closely again and try to say it the same way that I say it. Kokeach la. Very good. Next word. Cheumpapi. Na. Blow. Patrampi. Na. Pepsi. Easy one. Yeah, that one's really easy to say. Okay, next word. Tranka. Try to say that. Guttural, okay? Tranka. Next word. Wan. And now pay really close attention to this one because it's a long word. Waho wa yinkte. One more time. Waho wa yinkte. Very good. Okay, now let's look at the second sentence. I'll go through each word. Washte means good. Ojuyukpampi is a veggie burger. Oju is like plants, or to plant sometimes. Yukpampi is like when you're putting it together like a hamburger patty. That is how we get this word. This is a veggie burger. Ojuyukpampi. We have to create that word, yeah? So anyway, next word, wanji. Technically this means one, but really it means one of something. So you're talking about ojuyukpampi wanji, one veggie burger, or a veggie burger. You could say wan too. Yeah, instead of wanji, you could also say wan. Next word, na. That means and. And the next word, we already had this. The next two words, we already had. I'll just go through both words at the same time because we just defined that in the first sentence, okay? Kokeach en la cheumpapi, fried chicken, which it really is backwards, okay? Because kokeach en la is chicken, cheumpapi is fried. Okay, next word, another na, which again means and. And then we have blow again, which is potatoes. And ichehuhuyapi. This is describing how the potatoes are cooking. This is our word for French fries. And then another waho wa yinkde. We had that at the end of the first sentence. So, let's say each word. Okay? Repeat after me, please. Wash de. Oju yuk pampi. One more time. Oju yuk pampi. Very good. Next word. Wanji. Na. And the next one, again, kokeach en la. One more time. Kokeach en la. Very good. The next word, cheum papi. One more time. Cheum papi. Very, very good. Now let's put those two words together because they go together. Kokeach en la cheum papi. Very good. Cool. Next word, na. Blow. This next one is going to be a little bit difficult because it has two guttural G's. And for a lot of people, this is really difficult to say. Let's just try and say the guttural by itself. It's almost like gargling, yeah? But not quite. So don't gargle, okay? Because I said almost. So don't gargle. It's just like a like that. It's almost like rolling your tongue. Can you hear that? Well, it's not really rolling your tongue. It's because it's coming from the back of your mouth. Ichehuhuyapi. So let's say it really slow. Ichehuhuyapi. Very good. One more time. Ichehuhuyapi. Let's say it a little bit quicker. Ichehuhuyapi. Very good. Okay, now let's put those two words together because they go together. Blow ichehuhuyapi. Very good. And once again, we have this word waho wa yinkde. Okay, now let's go to the second set. Inipuza. This means you are thirsty. And I already explained what ho and he means. This is the vocal question mark. So this changes inipuza to a question. And the translation is, are you thirsty? Or if somebody says, aren't you thirsty? You still say it, inipuza ho or inipuza he. Goes up, then goes down, comes up tiny little bit at the end. Sometimes it doesn't come up, okay? But this situation, it comes up just a little bit. The music I'm talking about here. So let's say the word inipuza. One more time. Say it just like me. Don't say just like me. Okay, repeat after me, please. Inipuza. Very good. And then all the men say ho, that wish to speak in a formal way. Ho. And everybody else, he. Very good. Okay, now the next line, you see these two words. This is not a typo. Sometimes when people are pointing something out and they want to do it with the intention of joking or teasing, It could be a situation, or you're teasing somebody, or you're teasing yourself. Because in Lakota culture, it's really common for people to tease themselves to make others laugh. They're not doing this in an unhealthy way. They're doing this in a healthy way. Because there's an unhealthy way of doing this, and that unhealthy way can lead to an unhealthy situation because that's unhealthy energy. So normally it's used in a healthy way, and it sounds like this. Hmm? Hmm? A lot of times you hear grandmas saying this, but men say it too sometimes. So that's why I don't have a male female difference thing here with a diagonal line in between, like the ho and he. So I'm going to have everybody here saying, hmm, hmm. Try it, okay? Just say, hmm. Just try it, yeah? You don't move your mouth, you're just saying, hmm. It's like it's coming out between your nose and your mouth. Hmm, hmm, hmm. Or some people will say, huh, huh, like with the A in there, yeah? Huh, huh. But really, it's said like this. Hmm? Hmm? When you hear that, it's like saying, gee. Okay, so everybody, repeat after me. Hmm? Hmm? Again. Hmm? Hmm? Oh man, I like that. Okay, next word, lila. This means very or really. The next word, amaktunktunje. This means I'm forgetful, and the lila is the word that is making amaktunktunje to mean I'm really forgetful, or I'm so forgetful. So when you say this sentence together, it's funny, yeah? Lila amaktunktunje. Oh my. The language also is making it funny too, yeah? And you hear the ktung ktung. Try to say that. First, let's just say the T-U-N, okay? Tung. It's not tune. You don't quite say all of that N at the end. You do not say tune, okay? It's tune. It's like you start to say that N sound, but you don't finish it. And the T almost sounds like a D, but it's not a D. If it was a D sound, it would be dun. But we don't have that D sound in Lakota. So you don't say dun, you say tung. Try to say it, okay? Tung. Now put a K before it. You don't say katung. No, there's no A in there. Between that K and the T, there's nothing. You just try really hard. Ktung. One more time. Ktung. Now say two of them. Ktung, ktung. Now let's try saying the whole word. Ama ktung, ktung je. One more time. Ama ktung, ktung je. Okay, very good. Now let's go to the next set. One word. Look at the English translation on the right side of the screen. Bachakel. This is really a funny word. I'll give you an example. When I was teaching many years ago, a sixth grade group of students, a sixth grade group, that group of students who were in the sixth grade, and they were all doing their homework. And one guy was saying, Mr. Linlock, I can't solve this problem. And it was a mathematics question. And the book gives you the answer, but you have to do the work. to see if you come up with the same answer. If you come up with the same answer, it means you did your work right. Yeah? A lot of us have had classes like that. So this guy came back to me and he was asking me, I think this book is wrong, he said. He, funny guy. Yeah? He said, Mr. Littlelock, I've done this problem 7 times and I keep coming up with the same answer, but the book has a different answer, so I think the book is wrong, he said. And I said, okay, because sometimes that happens. Yeah, sometimes that does happen. The book will be wrong. It's rare, but it does happen. So I went and worked it out myself. And I said to him, his name was Shane. Yeah, I'm not going to say his last name. But I said to him, okay, watch, I'm going to do the work. So I did the work. And then I looked at his work. And then I said, Shane, what is this number times this number? What does that equal? So he was looking and counting his fingers and had his thinking cap on and was really thinking. And then he looked up. Oh yeah, Ned, he said. 6 times 2 and he put 13. Funny guy. So I said, Bajakel. And there was some students around me that they know what that word means because their grandma says that to them all the time, yeah? There was one girl who she was just she just started laughing and she couldn't stop. Because it was a silly thing, yeah? Oh, yeah, Annette, he said. So I said, Bajakel. And my female student that was close by, and she just really started laughing. And she just couldn't stop. And then another girl said, my dad says that to me all the time, she said. That's the word Bajakel, okay? But when you say it slow, it sounds like this. Bajakel. That's the word. Okay, now try to say it after me. Bajakel. One more time. Bajakel. Now try to say it fast like the way I say it. Bajakel. One more time. Bajakel. Very good. Yeah, very good. This is a really good word to use, like you see something and it's funny. It's a stupid mistake, but a stupid funny mistake. Okay? You don't use this word to hurt people's feelings. You do this to put some humor into it. Yeah, so you say Bajakel like that. See, what's wrong with this guy? See, this guy's off. Yeah, like I had another friend, he's older than me, and he was going for a job interview, and he put on a suit and dress shoes and a nice shirt and tie and a nice suit coat, and gee, I almost didn't recognize him, and I thought he was a minister, yeah? Excuse me, Reverend, what's your name again? Hey. I, I said that to him. He said, "Hey, not even." I, I was really looking at his clothes, and I said, "Geez, I never seen you dressed up like that." I said, "You look like a. I thought you were a church minister." Then I looked at his shoes. I said, I said, are you sure you have the right shoes on? He said, of course I do, he said. I said, okay. So I, did, I, I said, maybe you better look down one more time before you go to the interview. This might be a deciding factor if you get the job or not, I said. So he looked at his shoe. One shoe was black and the other one was brown. what, what was funny is they weren't even the same style. So he was he was like, oh man. So I said, Bajaco. You see, a situation like that, you say the word Bajaco. Okay? Good word. It's a really good word to use. Good word to learn. It's very humorous, yeah? This is what I like about our language. The words are very humorous and they're very descriptive with emotion, yeah? So keep that in mind. Okay, let's I just wanted to give you an idea of how you use this word. Okay? Alright, next sentence. Diet Pepsi. Everybody knows what that is. Here is a good word. Jisjila. This means small. Some people will say that means tiny. We have several words for small or little. Another one is jikalab. Then one, we had this before, it means a or one. And here we go with that word again. Waho wa yinkde. I will order. Future tense. The kde at the end is signifying this is in future tense. So, let's go through each word. Repeat after me, please. You know what Diet Pepsi is, so we'll jump over that. Now let's start with the Lakota word. Jisjila. One more time. Jisjila. The C has a line over it because this is telling you it's like a hard sound, like G, almost like the G in G's, yeah, like when you say in English G's, but it's not quite that same G. It's almost there, but not quite. That's why we use a C. We don't use a G because it's not really that sound, but it's close to it. So you say Jisjila, G. Try to just say that word, okay? That part. G. Not G, but G. Like it's softer. Okay? Not quieter, but softer. G. 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 La. Now let's put it all together. Jisjila. One more time. Jisjila. Very good. Next word. One. Next word. Waho wa yinkde. Let's say that one more time because it's a longer word. Waho wa yinkde. Okay, very good. Now let's go to the last set. Cha. This means so or therefore. Cha. Next word. Wana means now. And here is another long word. And look at this. It looks very similar to the last word in the previous sentence. Just look at the word and you see the similarities. But this word is a little bit different. Can you see it? Just listen very closely to how I say it. I will say it slow. Waho unyinkta. I'll say it one more time. Waho unyinkta. This means you and I will order. It's like a we, but just with two people. You and the person you're talking to. When you are in a group of more than two people, you would use a different word. You would say Waho unyapikta. That's for a group that you are in and there's more than two people. But here it's just two people, so we say Waho unyinkta. And then here again we have the ho and he. When men are asking questions in a formal way, they will say ho. When they're extending fellowship to somebody, then they will say he. And this are two people getting to know each other. He's extending fellowship, so most likely he's going to be saying he. Okay, so now let's go through each word in this sentence or question. Repeat after me, please. Cha, wana, waho uyinkta. One more time, because this is a longer word. Waho uyinkta. Very good. Now let's go to the last sentence. Oha. This means okay. Hechungkte. Actually, that's one word. It's you and I will do that. Hechungkung means you and I do something. It could be anything. And this is very similar to Waho Uyinkta situation that we have in the previous sentence. We have two words for we. When you are with more than two people, you say we in Lakota in one way, and when you are just with one other person, then you say it another way. So in this situation, it's just you and the person you're with. It's just two people. So then you would say hechungkung. If you are with more than two people, you would say hechungkungpi. But it's just you and one other person, so that's why in this sentence it's hechungkung. And kte makes this sentence into future tense. So it's you and I will do that. The he part of hechungkung is that. Now let's go through each word in this sentence or question. Repeat after me, please. Oha. Hechungkte. Okay, notice again that there is an apostrophe between the K and the U. And this means, like I said before, that you put a small pause between those two sounds. But with that K sound, it ends up sounding like a click. Listen very closely. Hechungkung. You hear that? Like that. Hechungkung. It's almost like a clicking sound. It's coming from the back of your mouth. Hechungkung. Just try. Yeah, experiment with your mouth and your tongue all over the place. Hey, but don't get too excited. Hey. Z rugged guy. Oh shucks, no comment there. Try it one more time. Hechungkung. I'll say it slower. Hechungkung. Just try to make it sound like that as close as possible. Hechungkte. One more time. Hechungkte. Very good. Okay, now I will say every sentence so you hear what it sounds like. Oha. Mia kokeach an la cheonpapi na blo batrampi na Pepsi trunka wan wahowa yinkte. Washte. Ojuyuk pampi wanji na kokeach an la cheonpapi na blo icheruruyapi wahowa yinkte. Ini buzaho? Lila amak dunk dungje. Bahakel. Diet Pepsi Jisjila wan waho wainkte. Chawana waho uinktaho or he. Oha hechunk unkte. That's what the dialogue will sound like. Okay? So let's go through every sentence. Really look at the screen because these are really long sentences, the first two. So just try your best, okay? And let's go through this. I will say the sentence and then you repeat it after me. We're only going to go through it one time, okay? Because they're really long sentences. Just the first two. Okay, so repeat after me, please. Oha, mie kokeach an la cheon papi na blo batrampi na Pepsi trunka wa ho wa yinkte. Very good. Okay, next sentence. Repeat after me, please. Washte oju pampi wanji na kokeach an la cheon papi na blo icheruruyapi wa ho wa yinkte. Very good. Very good. Next sentence. Men who want to speak in a formal way say huo. Everybody else say he. Okay? So I'm speaking in the Tioshbae way, so I will say he. In the Tioshbae way, you want to extend fellowship to the person you're talking to if it's somebody you are meeting for the first time. And that's the situation here. So I will say he. Ini puza he. Very good. Okay, now let's have fun with the next sentence. Repeat after me, please. Hmm? Hmm? Lila amak dunk dungje. Having a hard time keeping myself calm. It's a really funny thing to say. And the next one's even more funnier. Repeat after me, please. Bachakel. I love that word. Bachakel. Okay, next sentence. Diet Pepsi jisjila wan waho wa yinkte. Very good. Next sentence. Chawana waho yinktahe. Very good. Last sentence. Oha hechunk unkte. Very good. So, now let's dialogue. I will say the text in white, and you will say the text in yellow or orange, however it appears on your monitor. Okay? So I will say my part, and then you say your part. Okay? Let's begin now. Oha, mie kokeach an la cheon papi na blo batrampi na Pepsi trunka wan wahoa inkte. Ini buzahe. Bahakel. Chawana waho uink dahe. Very good. Very, very good. Now let's switch the parts. Let's switch the sentences around. And you will say the text in white, and I will say the text in orange or yellow. Okay. However it appears on your screen. On my screen, it's between orange and yellow. That's why I say if for some of you maybe it looks like it's yellow, and some of you you're on your monitor or your telephone it looks like it's orange. I don't know, but it's not white. Okay, so you say your text again. You're speaking the text in white letters. Start now. Washte. Ojuyuk pampi wanji na kokeach an la cheon papi na blo I che ruruyapi wahowa inkte. Hmm? Hmm? Lila amak tungje. Diet Pepsi gistila wahowa inkte. Oha hechunk unkte. Very good. We are speaking Lakota, and we're getting even gooder. We're really getting gooder at this. That's Res English. It's really gooder. Shucks. Keep practicing this. Yeah, practice this over and over. Listen to this recording as many times as you want. And just practice, practice, practice. I know the first two sentences are really long, but hey, you're on lesson 13, so this should be not that difficult if you've been practicing all the other previous 12 mini lessons. Okay, so and the only reason why it looks like a really long sentence is because we are talking about several items. Yeah, we're making a list: fried chicken and mashed potatoes and a large Pepsi. And the other one is saying a veggie burger and fried chicken and french fries. So it looks like a long sentence, but when you think about it, it's really not, okay? Because it's a list. We're making a list of items within the sentence. And again, I cannot emphasize this enough. Do not use a comma when you're making a list, okay? Don't use a comma when you're making a list, because we don't say that in Lakota. We say na between each item. Na means and. Okay? So practice, 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 and do this as much times. Well, I guess that does mean practice. But anyway, yes, just really practice this. Yeah, the more you do this, the more your mouth gets used to saying these sounds, and make it fluid as possible so that your sentences sound like this. Oha e mia kokeach ala cheon papi na blopa trampi na Pepsi tranka wan wahowa inkte. It's like one really, 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 really long word. That's the goal. Yeah, that it just runs into each other. But when you speak Lakota, you understand. Yeah, you understand. You know, when Lakota people were first starting to write Lakota language, when, you know, the people who went to boarding schools back in the early 1900s, and they were trying to write their language, and they would write one really, 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 really long word because that's what it sounds like. Okay, but you can see it's not one long word, it's a bunch of words. But when you speak it, it sounds like that. You make it flow because there's energy in it. And when the energy is flowing, this is how your words embrace the person you're speaking to. Yeah, because Lakota is a very complex conjugation of the word kola or mitra kola. This is a special friendship, okay? So that's why we say Lakota means allies. So it's just very important information to know. And again, a lot of this might look really difficult, but it's just a first time, okay? The more you get acquainted to it, the more friendly it starts to become, and the more deeper it gets attached to you and you get attached to it. You're binding with one another, yeah? Like Lakota, like your allies. The language is your ally. You get to know it more and more. So you just do this as many times as you need to, as many times as possible, as many times as you want. Remember, in Lakota, we are non-linear learners. It's always good to go back to what you already know. These first two sentences look kind of difficult to you. Just look back at the others, what you've done. Yeah? And look at those, practice those, and then come back again. And you'll learn something more. Okay? That's non-linear learning. It's important to do that. You have to be at peace and know where you've been so you know where to go. That's why I say that, to look at the previous lessons. Don't just say, okay, I've done lesson 3, put that over there. No, go back to it. Take a look at it again. It's going to teach you something again. Because now you see more. Now you understand more. Now you comprehend more. So go back to the third one or the fourth one and look at that. Listen to it and look at it, and you're going to say, ah, okay. Yeah? Ah, yeah, totally remember that. Oh, I did. Yeah, that's okay. Maybe you have moments like that. Maybe you don't. But you see what I mean. Okay? So it's always important to think like that, because that's the Lakota way of thinking. It's non-linear. It's circular. That's why we don't have a word for goodbye. We say until next time, which is doksha ake. Okay? So thank you very much for your interest in the Lakota language. And keep going, yeah? Don't stop. Just because these two sentences look long. The more you do this, the more you'll realize, hey, that's not a long sentence. It just looks that way. Don't judge a book by its cover. Check it out. Then you'll see, oh, that was easy. Do you see what I mean? Life is that way. So do that, okay? So I'll see you on the next mini lesson. So until then, have fun with the language and practice, teach it to somebody. If you don't have a somebody, especially during these times, as I'm making this recording, it is the 30th of March 2020, and at this time there's a coronavirus pandemic and we have to stay home. So if you are alone, talk to your pillow, yeah? Put a t-shirt on it and a cap or a cowboy hat and talk to it. And make a funny voice for it so it can say the other text, okay? You get really good at it. And if it makes a mistake, then you can correct it. Hey. I would get worried if it corrects you. Yeah? So practice, practice, practice. Oha mitaku yapi. We did really good. So you're doing really good. And until next time, doksha ake. To learn more about speaking the Lakota language, you can read my book called Chante Etanha Ooglake, Speaking from the Heart. You can see the book cover on the right side of this screen. This book contains the information to what I talk about on my Lakota language mini lesson videos. To purchase this book, please click below where it says Show More. Clicking that link will open up the description below, and there you will see a link called To Purchase My Books. As you will see, it's an eBay link. Click on that eBay link, and there you will see the information to get this book. Lila Pilamayelo. Thank you very much.